It's time to turn over those pancakes, baby. That's Kurt Turner from right here, local to the Triangle area. He was so nice to lend us his pancake song as the theme song for season 4.
I loved watching your face during it.
Yeah, Adam had never heard that song before, so
anyway, its glory hit me at once.
I'm Maverick. This is Darcy. We got Jim and the legendary Adam Pitts here tonight joining us. So
hello.
Shout out to everybody.
All right.
Hi.
Thanks for coming, Adam.
That's right.
Yeah, thanks for being here.
How much did Kurt pay us to use that song?
I had to pay him an undisclosed small loan of $1 million to get that up there. So
Worth
Some
every
syrup.
penny.
You had to
Give
cook
us
in
some
pancakes.
syrup to
That's
go
right.
with it.
That's right. And we are on location here at Niche Wine Lounge in beautiful Holly Springs. They've been kind enough to continue hosting the Maverick Rose Music Hour, the
Yay.
award-winning
The award-winning
Maverick Rose Music Hour. That's
best
exactly
local
right.
podcast, baby. That's right.
Hey, the chat's already alive out there. Patty says, hey, Patty, we're glad
Hey,
that you
Patty.
are back from the hospital, that you're doing well.
We're thinking of ya.
Says Zen. He says, hey, y'all. Martin Woodward out there says, here we go. Meredith says, I'm here, y'all. All right.
Meredith,
Somebody's there.
thank you.
Meredith's out there.
Hey, Doc.
If you want to keep up with everything, go over to MaverickRoseMusic.com. We got the full schedule up there, and we also have the Niche's website there, NicheWineLounge.com. That's all of the fun events that are going on. But we are sponsored by Rescued Wood Rehab and Marty. How are you, Marty?
Yeah, we got to get a new
Good to see you,
intro.
brother.
Hey, guys. It's great to see everybody. Great.
Yeah, man.
Adam, welcome to the show.
That's
And
it.
hello, Jim.
You talking to me?
The only Jim at the table. And hello, my love, and hello,
All
Maverick,
right,
of course.
hello.
right.
And Amber would be here, but I believe she has adopted another family down at the end of the bar who happen to have food.
Hey, it does
So,
happen. But we do have the Amber Cam, so whenever
We do
she's
have
in the
Amber
shop,
Cam.
we'll pull the
She
Amber
has a
Cam
new
up.
throne.
That's right.
yeah,
Throne.
That's right.
she'll come up and be on her throne here.
Zen's
so
giving you the obligatory "Hey Woodman."
cheers to you.
Before you go, we'll go
Yes.
ahead and get everybody in the vibe here. So anytime that I reference Gemini and you hear the ka-ching, you go ahead and take a drink. Marty's showing you how we do it. So whether you've got alcoholic beverage, non-alcoholic beverage, water, tea, cocktails, wine, whatever it is, when I say Gemini, you go ahead and take a drink. Oh, we got 3 people at the table with drinks, and they're not drinking. I'm not even going to switch the camera back over for that. Look.
Cheers,
Here we go.
everybody.
Cheers, everybody.
Maverick Rose Music Hour, proudly
That's it.
sponsored by Rescue and Rehab. Everybody have a great show. I'll be back to chat in a bit.
All right, my friend.
look
We will
forward
get
to
with
it.
you soon. So how's everybody doing today?
Good. Andy made me a grape escape.
A grape escape.
Grape escape.
Okay. all
No
right.
alcohol, a
Yeah,
lot
yeah.
of grape juice, which I love.
Hey, Chris Melvin
He's
out there
digging.
says he's here too. Hey, everybody's up in the
Chris,
chat
thank
tonight.
you.
That's awesome. I love
Thank
it.
you. Yeah.
So tonight we're honorary Pitts crew members. That's his fan club's a Pitts crew.
I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Thanks
That's
for
it.
being here.
I thought you used a different consonant at the beginning there. I'm like, man, we're getting right into it.
That's right. It's getting lively. It's getting real out here.
We
Those
love it.
plosives on the microphone translate.
That's right.
You know, I have a real
Please.
problem when I call like the bank and they're like, "What's your last name?" And they're like, "What?"
Yeah, yeah.
So I have to go as in Paul, P as in Paul.
Please bring
You have to
pizza
spell it out
pronto.
for them, huh?
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So our first, well, we were talking before I went on air. And I just
Yeah.
want to say, because I've got the hat on and stuff. So I had stopped by a local retailer earlier, and the cashier said that I looked like Johnny Depp. And I was like, no, I've never heard that before, not once. And they said that he had actually stopped by earlier in the day today. So I don't know if he's passing through Raleigh
So
or
they
whatever.
might
but
have the
he
good
might be out there.
comparison
I
right
don't
there
know.
with you two.
Maybe,
That's really
so.
cool. One thing I want to say before we start too, because
Yes.
we were texting earlier this week, and I just thought it was so funny because it was so classic Jim.
Mhm.
So we were texting about different things, and we were saying how grateful we are for the show and for everybody watching us and what we do, and it got a little bit mushy. And then Jim chimes in, and do you remember what you said, Jim?
I'm going to get a fillet of fish.
That's how he celebrates, man. The man's going to
And
celebrate
I
with some
did.
tartar sauce, a little filet of fish.
That was Jim throwing some love our way, I think, wasn't
I
it?
add ketchup to it. It's really good.
Oh, you had ketchup?
Ketchup on the filet of fish.
Oh, did you get fries?
And this
with
is
it?
the type of riveting musical content that you can expect.
We're gonna get into it.
We are.
I'm interested
We
in
are
this
gonna get
ketchup
into
thing.
it.
You do it on steak as well, because you know
Oh, no. I'm
Okay.
not that kind of
that's like a
weirdo.
cardinal sin
That got a weirdo.
for some people, but some people are like, they
No
swear,
way.
I gotta have ketchup on the steak. So
Yeah.
Medium rare and nothing on the steak but fat, hopefully.
a
What
purist.
about A1?
That's right.
No.
No?
Good steak
Good
doesn't
steak
need
doesn't
A1.
need A1. I keep
Now, if you
hearing
want to
that.
grill some onions on it, that's another thing.
That's right. This is,
Yeah, I
again,
like
the type of riveting
Yeah, I'm
content.
sick of talking about music. Let's do this.
Let's talk about food. This is now a
Let's
food
just do
podcast.
this.
All right.
You like mushroom sauce then?
Mushroom sauce?
Yeah, some kind of.
There's mushrooms in it, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I can deal with that.
It's like creamy mushrooms.
Say he could deal
Okay,
with
So
it.
he's
creamy
not
mushrooms.
entirely a purist.
That's right. That's right. It could be zhuzhed up a little bit
Do you
No.
do tartar sauce on the filet fish?
Oh, yeah.
With ketchup.
with ketchup.
Add a packet of ketchup is just right.
Just one. Just the one.
Oh my
That
lord!
does
All
think
right.
that
Well,
was
I think it's
violent.
time that we head on towards Darcy's Billboard hits. It looks a little something like this.
Darcy's Billboard hits.
All right. So with
Oh.
Darcy's Billboard hits, what we do is Darcy is going to pit Jim and I against one another.
If we keep getting like 3 apiece, we're going to have to throw this in the crap.
I know. we'll
I
have to
feel
do
like
something
this
else,
one
man.
you guys are going to do pretty even with. So we had someone give us the idea for February 19th, 1989.
Okay.
So I went the 20-year difference again. So we're going to do February 19th, 1969.
Okay.
I feel like you both will be pretty evenly.
69?
I
right.
should have known better. I feel like you guys will be pretty evenly pitted against each other for
Yes.
this.
Pitted against each other.
P as in
So
Paul.
Adam, you pick. Who
Dun,
goes
dun, dun.
first, Maverick or Jim?
Maverick.
Maverick?
Okay.
All right. We can do that. I got to see which one that is. So we do
1989.
so we do the top 10,
Yep.
and you can chime in if you
Yes,
know
please.
the
We'll need help. Help us.
if you know the artist of the
I want
song.
the chat to help. I want the bar to help.
I'll
Everybody
go.
get involved here.
So this one's going to be
1989,
February
top 10.
19th,
Let
1989.
Maverick go
top 10.
first.
Yeah,
If he's flailing, then jump in.
that's right.
Yep. All right. So we're going to go number 10. Walking Away.
I don't know.
I've never heard of these people. It doesn't mean anything. Information Society.
Nope. I got nothing.
Well,
All right. Starting out not great.
All
Again.
right. She Wants to Dance with Me.
She wants to dance with me.
No.
She wants to feel the heat with me.
No.
It's not Whitney Houston. All right. I don't know then.
Anybody? No?
No.
Rick Astley.
Oh my God.
Wow.
I'm sorry, British Jim. Wherever you are.
And wherever he is, he's
That's
watching maybe.
Zen says nope.
I want to have some fun.
This is not good. How am I hosting a music podcast and I know nothing about
And
music?
you're the 80s baby. You're the 80s
I know.
baby.
I know. I'm supposed to have all this 80s stuff on lock.
Samantha Fox.
Oh my
Ooh.
gosh. Wow. Killing me right now.
All right.
Ooh
All right.
la la.
Well, of course, right, Tam? All right. Number 7, The Lover in Me.
I'm just going to go. I'm going to go. This is now the Darcy Music Hour. I'm out.
Yeah, okay. Sheena Easton.
Of course, yeah.
All right. I feel like you're not going to get this either. All This Time.
Eddie Murphy, My Girl Wants to Party All This Time.
You can't make up a song.
Sorry.
Tiffany.
Ooh. Christy in the chat says sexy Rick Astley.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Ooh,
yeah.
really? Okay.
All right.
All right. Number 5, When the Children Cry.
White Line.
You knew it. That's it. Okay.
Yeah. Give
got
me
one.
more hair metal.
You
Let's
got
go. I got
All right.
you.
Number 4, Born to Be My Baby.
Nope.
Text-
Zen
text
says
rhythm.
he's got nothing here either. He doesn't know any of them.
You don't know
either.
Born to Be My
I
Baby?
don't.
That's
Text
Bon
rhythm.
Jovi.
Bon Jovi. Oh.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh.
Ouch.
Oh, I figured you'd know that one.
I should.
All right. Wild Thing, number 3.
A Tone Loc.
Yes.
Yeah.
When I'm With You, number 2.
Leo Sayer.
Is it?
No, but that is right. That is the name of one of his songs, but it's not him. No. Sheriff.
Oh. Okay.
Sheriff. Omar Sharif.
Hey, Chris in the chat is getting all of these.
Really?
Is he just saying he's
no,
getting
he's
them?
a White Lion, Bon Jovi. He's hitting them all.
He said, no,
Yeah.
Chris, you're coming on next week.
That's right. We got to have you on, man. I need you as my phone a friend.
All right. Straight Up.
Paul Abdul.
That's right.
So I got 3.
You got 3.
It's not a good look. All right. 3
right.
to beat, Jim. Let's see if you can do it.
Jim?
I hope so.
I think you can do it.
All right.
You ready? This is February 19th,
Yeah, let's
1969.
get this out of the way.
All right. I'm Living in Shame.
Don't know.
All right.
Next.
Diana Ross and the Supremes.
Yep.
All right. Proud Mary.
Credence.
All right. One of my favorite songs. I always ask you to play this one. This Magic Moment.
I assume it's the Jay and the Americans version.
It is.
Nice.
What is that, 2?
Yep.
Yeah.
Number 7, You Showed Me.
Ernie Padurndurn.
Ernie. Patel.
Close. The Turtles.
Okay.
All right, number 6. Worst that could happen.
And it's Brooklyn Bridge.
Yes.
And it's the worst that could happen.
I just think he's amazing. I
That's
really
3,
do.
right?
That is 3.
We're
All
tied.
right. All right.
I need you to bomb out the rest of the
All
way,
right.
man.
It's not going to
See what I
happen.
It's
can
not going to happen.
All right.
Jim's got this.
Can't change my mind.
Sounds like something Bad Company would do, but it's not.
No, Tyrone Davis.
Okay.
Who the hell is Tyrone Davis? I know Tyrone Power. I know Betty Davis.
I don't know. Touch me.
Got to be the Doors.
It is the Doors.
That's it. That's 4.
All right. Build me up, Buttercup.
What's the name of that? Foundation something.
Yeah, the Foundations.
Oh, all right.
Wow. That's
He's
5.
good. All right. Crimson and Clover.
Tommy James.
Joan Jett and the Blackhearts.
And the Shondells.
That's right.
That's right.
All right. I actually didn't know they sang the song, but I like the song. Everyday People.
Sly and the Family Stone.
Number 1.
Wow.
Is that it?
And this is
it.
why Jim is.
What did he get? 6 or 7?
He got 6, I think. 6?
Jim
I
wins.
think so. Yep.
Tama got a bunch of them too.
Chrissy says Jim's killing it. Patty says, woo, go Jim. Yeah, Jim is on fire tonight.
Yeah.
man. Hey, Boston Bill
Boston
in the
Bill's
house.
here.
Bill.
I failed to mention, too, we got Tama and Al in the house. So
Yay,
we got
they're back. They're back. And
Laura's here.
I want
Yeah.
to shout out to Celia Matson.
Yeah.
Because she is been just promoting us and being on Facebook and talking about us and buying some shirts and just really a great fan. So
Great supporter of the
big,
show.
big
Absolutely.
supporter. So thank you, Celia.
Yeah, absolutely.
We
Thank
really
you.
do appreciate
That's right.
it.
And
Very
she's a
much so.
musician, right?
That
She's
is
a
correct.
We
musician.
should have
Yeah.
her on the show at some point.
And her band Infinity's End. They
Yeah.
play all over. Yeah.
Which is awesome. So thank you.
Fantastic.
And also
Absolutely.
follow us, like us, watch us, Instagram, Facebook,
That's right.
YouTube, all the good places.
So here I am with a good-looking lady and 2 like rock star-looking guys, and I get, hey, you look like Jean-Luc Picard.
Who said that?
Someone. But they were a Star Trek fan, so it worked out in the end.
Oh, so that was
Well,
good.
we were playing that one show that time, and they were like, he looks like Anton LaVey.
I'll take that.
All right.
If I say Gemini, does that count?
Yes.
Are you
I'm a
thirsty?
Gemini.
Are you
Hey.
thirsty? Are you thirsty?
Everybody's
Yeah,
drinking.
exactly.
All right.
Exactly.
All right.
So I had a list of questions for Adam, but I lost it. I was
Well, we'll have to do that after Highlander,
Well,
right?
one of them was, is it true
Everybody
you're
get
named after Brad Pitt? No? All right.
These hurtful
That's all
rumors
I-
Not
persist.
that
They persisted
young.
since. Yeah,
He added an S
that's right.
Yeah, right.
when you spelled it at the bank,
For
right?
the sake of keeping people at bay, you know.
That's right. All right.
Not no association there.
Well, it is time for us to do a little thing that we like to call Highlander.
It's Highlander, there can be only
Adam's
one.
like, what is this?
All right. Everybody's
It
like, what
comes
is
from
this?
the
And if
ether.
you don't know, now you know. So Highlander is a game that we like to play. We've got this lovely gotcha machine that came all the way. When I bought my Japanese truck, it was inside. And it produces magical questions that force you into an answer where there can be only one. So that's why we call it Highlander, because there can be only one.
And we don't know the questions ahead of time.
Okay.
And these are all audience submitted questions again this week. So we've
That's
had
awesome.
a lovely audience participation.
They look
so we'll
like
see what
they're
they want to
written by
know.
the same
What they
person.
want to know about us.
I don't like this. All right, so what song
What song?
What song will you play over and over?
Mm.
Now I just hear Crimson and Clover.
Yeah. What song do you play over and over? You got it. Do you, Adam? You want to
I
start?
like to mix it up.
You like to mix it
Yeah.
up. You can't. You don't put one
That's
song.
that's
on
something my
repeat
dad did. He's
Yeah.
a songwriter, so
Yeah, yeah.
he would get hooked on a song
and just wear it out.
yeah,
Yeah.
all
But you
day.
can't. You
Nah, he
He was like, I have
burned
to
me
have
out
it
on
right.
that.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
That needs a little more context. What song do you play over and over if
Hey, there's British Jim.
Well, I think it's what song you play over and over more than
Closer.
any other song, maybe.
if you were on an island and a Komodo dragon was eating your leg, what song would you play over? That needs something.
Help me.
That is nice. Yeah.
Hey, Chris and Christy. Chris says Highlander is my favorite part,
Aw.
and Christy says Highlander rules. Zen
Well-
says it's hard to stick to just one song. Well, I don't think it's that you have to stick to one song. I think it's just what's the song that you would play over and over. What do you put
Well,
on repeat?
you said you can only pick just one.
Yeah, you can pick one song to put on repeat. What are you going to listen to?
You know, the first thing that came into my mind when
What's
this
that?
happened, and it's from years ago when I was young, The Bitch Is Back. I used to play all the time. Elton
Sorry,
John.
Mom.
I used to play that when I was younger. I just played. I don't know why. I
Yeah,
just
Elton
love that
John.
song.
Yeah, it's classic.
So that's mine.
So
Sarah in the chat says Hot Blooded.
Oh,
Great,
Well,
little foreigner
that
action.
is, yeah.
So what I'm remembering is when Queen's fourth album came out, I did play Bohemian Rhapsody over and over just because I hadn't heard anything like that. Now it's, it's been overplayed. It's still a great song, but I remember doing that.
Yeah.
It's not like my favorite song.
Well, no,
Isn't
I
that
don't-
funny,
it's
like you
not asking
remember
what your
from
favorite is, just
before,
what's the
like I
song
am
that
too,
Yeah, what's the
yeah.
song you play over? Meredith in the chat says Over and Over by Nelly. A guy named Martin Woodward says it was a very good year. I think that's a Sinatra song.
That
if
would
I'm
be
not
true
mistaken.
for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Patricia, Patty says things a man ought to know. These are good.
Ah, those are good.
So I think for me, it's interesting. So I listen to a lot of hair metal, but I don't listen to a lot of like strictly metal. And I think when I first like started listening to Iron Maiden, I played the Trooper over and over because I was trying to learn it. So now I do an acoustic version, and according to Spotify, I listened to that song the most last year, I think. So
That's pretty cool. Can I interject? and
Yeah.
add
of course.
Like
Absolutely.
like a caveat or
Always.
a different version of the question? Because he was saying, like, if you're stranded on an island or
Yeah,
whatever. So you're in hell. What album would be the album that you would be willing to be tortured with?
probably
Play-
something by Taylor Swift. Hey, we made it 19 minutes into the show before I mentioned Taylor Swift for the
there
first
we
time.
go, there we go.
That's right.
Yeah. The White
Got it?
Album.
Oh,
The White Album.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Variety.
That's where you
Oh,
take
yeah.
something you love and you turn it into something
Yeah.
you hate, right?
There's such beautiful music on there. There's like hellish kind of music. So
Yeah.
I think it would just make you insane in the right way.
And in that regard, I'll say if you ever want to hate an artist, join a tribute band of that artist. I used to love Van Halen more than any band in the world, and once I joined a Van Halen tribute band, I only listen to them when I have to now because it's like I drilled those songs so hard over and over, like every.
And you love them.
I do. I have a Van Halen tattoo, but yeah, I can't.
Can't do it anymore.
Now
huh?
I don't listen for pleasure. We listen for work.
That's what's sad when something becomes work, right? That
Well,
it's-
so again, looking at Spotify records and what that's worth, the year that I joined the Van Halen band, I was in the top 0.5% of Van Halen listeners in the world. Because I was just
'Cause you were doing it so
drilling
much?
like all the songs to know. So I would
Where are
know
you now?
everything. Yeah,
You're
I don't
out.
know. I'm not even on the list anymore. I don't think so.
That's cool that
Christy
they know
says
that
"Feeling
stuff,
Good" by
though.
Bublé. Yeah, Michael Bublé. Sarah says Julian Lennon, "The Secret Value of Daydreaming." It's awful and perfect for hell. Zinbad says "Maneater." Oh, here she comes. Look out.
There you go.
Better watch out. All right, let's see what the Highlander machine has for us next.
All right.
I played Sink the Bismarck over and over by Johnny Horton.
Johnny,
Yeah.
is he related to the Reverend Horton Heat?
Yep.
Okay.
Isn't that funny? None of us are saying what we listen to
his
now
uncle.
over and over. Maybe we don't
That's
do
right.
that, but we did when we
No.
were younger.
Well, I think, as Adam pointed out, we learned our lessons.
Yeah.
Variety is the spice of life.
All right. First song. We got to stop doing this like this. I can't. First song first song you set as a phone ringtone.
Oh, taking us back to the phone ringtone.
Yeah, I've got a phone ringtone.
Yeah.
I don't either. I don't either.
It's good.
Do we start here? Is that you guys are just looking
No,
at me?
Yeah, you go ahead,
anyway.
man.
Yeah.
Free
So
for all.
I've never done that with
Yeah.
the phone ringtone,
Uh-huh.
but in college I made my voicemail a little Monty Python song. And It was
Nice.
like Eric Idle going,
Yeah.
"I'm busy, I'm busy, I can't come to the phone. I'm busy, I'm really not at home. Leave your message, dear, and I'll get back to you. Everybody wants to meet me now." Bam, bam. So people had to
awesome.
listen to the whole thing and
That
then
is
leave a
awesome.
message.
That works.
Mine was the theme from Sanford and Son.
Really?
So I'd just be like walking down.
I don't even have a
Yeah.
ringtone. I'm with Jim.
Well, yeah, my phone is like permanently on silent now. Christy says "Sexy Back" by Justin Timberlake.
Oh, well, she is sexy.
Yeah. That's what they say. "It's Your Love" for Zen back in 2011, I believe, says Patty in the chat. That's romantic.
That's very romantic.
It's your love just does something to. All right, we're going to move away from that.
I know you don't do the country.
Oh, it's Marty. What you got for us, Marty?
Hey, so I have never put well, no, that's not true. I actually did put "Hail to the Victors," the Michigan fight song, on my phone one time for my dad, I think. But I used to do a lot of training and development, and I was in a class one time and told everybody to turn their phones off. And twice in the same half hour, two ladies had their phone go off, and their ringtone was "She's a brick house."
I guess they
So
thought
that's
a bit
my
of
ringtone
themselves, huh?
story, yeah.
They thought a
Yeah,
bit of
very
themselves,
nice.
yeah. Some people just have ringtones for a special person. I don't have that
That's
either.
right. Let's see. British Jim says, I never set one, but my dad has got to get a message to you for every text message that he gets. Said it kills me.
BGs, yeah.
Chris said Meredith's was another one bites the dust. Patty, Poor Star Lover, says,
That's awesome. That's awesome.
I got no
I
comment
love
on
that.
that. All right.
That's awesome.
Patty, Poor Star Lover out there says, My Ding-a-Ling by Dave Bartholomew. It's classic.
We're getting a lot of different ones.
Yeah.
Dave Bartholomew.
Yeah,
Is that the cover of the Chuck Berry song?
that's right. Exactly.
Why not the Chuck Berry?
That needed to be.
Marty's.
heard.
I thought Marty's would be Who Put the Bump.
Yeah, no.
That man loves it when you say Ram-a-lam-a Ding Dong. That's all I know.
Did the egg fall?
But the egg did not fall far from the tree, I can tell you that.
Oh, God, it's smushed in here.
That's what she said.
Oh, my Lord. All right. We're going to have to do these a little
Cut
bit
off the
different.
sticky part before you write that.
We'll
Right?
cut off the sticky part.
We're going to cut off the sticky part.
So if you're listening, audio listeners, by the way, we are available on Spotify, iTunes, all the various places where podcasts are heard. If you do not have the visual component, which is available on YouTube, we put these messages. These messages come to us.
Message in a bottle.
They are. They are messages in a bottle, and they come to us on Post-it notes, and they are stuck together. So-
Yeah, I got it. All right. Favorite actor that played a musician/singer on TV or a movie? So favorite actor that played a musician/singer on TV or in a movie?
So my initial reaction was going to be Mark Wahlberg from Rockstar,
Yeah.
but Val Kilmer as Jim
I knew
Morrison
you were
is
gonna
the
say
best.
that for
That is
some
the
reason.
absolute
I
one
knew
of
you
the
were
best
gonna say
performances
that.
probably of all time, honestly, in cinematic history. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
Feel free to chime in. Best actor portraying a musician.
Favorite.
actor playing
Your
a
favorite.
musician,
Doesn't have
yeah.
to be best.
Yeah.
Favorite.
Doesn't have to be a real musician.
No, it shouldn't be. It's an actor playing a musician.
No, I mean the musician he's playing.
Oh,
be
I
like
guess
that
yeah.
thing you
oh,
do,
so you think
for
like
instance?
Fast Eddie and the Cruisers kind of situation? Yeah. Yeah, sure. Patty says Hugh Jackman. Sarah says Val Kilmer. Yeah.
Hugh Jackman. Who'd he play?
He sings?
Liberace, right?
Yeah, that sounds right.
No. Someone else did Liberace, I think.
What else?
You took mine.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I mean,
I was-
Joaquin Phoenix. Was
Yes.
good.
Yeah. Walk the line.
There's probably someone else, but Kurt Russell as Elvis in a made-for-TV movie was pretty cool.
You know who doesn't get enough credit? Gary Busey's portrayal
Oh,
of
yeah,
Buddy
yeah, that was a
Holly.
real good one.
His portrayal
Yeah.
of Buddy Holly
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
absolutely brilliant.
That was
so
great.
good.
Yep.
I'm blanking.
You're blanking.
You guys are just saying all the. I mean, I figured Val Kilmer was the one, and that's the one I think everyone kind of agrees on.
Zinbad says Grant Gustin during a musical episode of The Flash.
Who did he play?
Christy says Timothy Chalamet can't spell. Yeah, Chalamet.
Oh,
Yeah,
Chalamet.
Yeah. Yeah, Bob Dylan. That's current, topical. Good.
That's very current.
For sure.
And he did that on Saturday Night Live a couple weeks ago too.
That's right.
He did.
William McMahon. That's Boston Bill for all you plebs out there. He says Jamie Foxx. That's yeah, absolutely.
Oh,
his
Ray
Charles.
Charles. Ray
Absolutely.
Charles. Yeah.
I don't know. That looked a little Saturday Night Live-ish to
Oh,
me.
that's right. Patty says that Hugh Jackman sang in The Greatest Showman, but she doesn't know if that counts. But he did sing in it. Yeah, that was actually really good
He's
as
a
well.
good singer.
Yeah,
That was a good
absolutely.
movie.
I saw 10 minutes of that and I was out.
Mm-hmm.
I usually don't like musicals, but I really did like that.
Yeah. Huh.
I did.
British Jim said Russell Brand in Forgetting Sarah Marshall. Yeah, that's good. Patty Porsche Lover, Tom Ellis on Lucifer. Chris Melvin says George Strait. I guess maybe he's playing a musician in real life, pretending.
He
to
did a
be.
movie. It was pretty.
Oh, okay.
Chris, it was pretty hokey.
Okay, all right.
But I watched it.
We're
I
gonna
liked
do
it.
one more Highlander. We'll see what the machine has for us out there.
Oh, forgot one. Crazy Heart. Was it
Jeff Bridges.
Jeff Bridges?
Yeah,
Yeah, that was
brilliant.
pretty good.
Robert Duvall, Tender Mercies. Good one.
And do remember,
did he play
if
there?
you have an idea or
did
something
he
that
play?
you would like to have us pitted against
Not a
and
real
answer these
guy.
questions
Oh,
on
just a
Highlander,
second.
you can go over to MaverickRoseMusic.com. I'll put that up on the screen now. Go over to MaverickRoseMusic.com and you can send us your Highlander or your Billboard requests or
Whatever
any
you-
other comments that you have for us,
Let us
positive
know
or
what you
negative.
think.
We love the feedback. We love
There
the
you go.
interaction. So be a part of this award.
Clint Eastwood and Honky Tonk Man, Steve McQueen, and Baby the Rain Must Fall.
Chris said that the George Strait movie was pure country and it was hokey. What about Chris Gaines, man? How about Garth Brooks?
Oh,
out
that was
there?
so
All right.
bad. That was
All
so
right.
bad.
All right.
That was
All right.
so
This will be
bad.
our last Highlander for this week.
All right, here we go. All right, because these are long.
That's
There
what
we
she said.
go. The one song that you just can't stand.
Hey, Wagon Wheel. Yes. That's Ted out there with Wagon Wheel, man.
What's that
He knows what's
Supertramp
up.
song?
He knows.
Oh, there's
Which
this,
one?
This, I don't even know
The
name
Logical
of it.
song?
Yes, I
Don't like
can't
that?
stand
Really?
that. Can't stand it.
There are a whole host of songs they play in Harris Teeter when you're in there. And you're hungry, you're hangry.
That's right.
And you're hearing the auto-tune like, and it's like blasting down on your head. I about lose my mind every time. in there.
Laura said Reese Witherspoon as June Carter Cash. Yeah, absolutely. That's still on that previous question. Meredith says Sweet Caroline. Mm-hmm.
Huh?
Boston Bill says Bird, Bird, Bird by the Trashmen. Yeah. Meredith, there can be only one. Now she's saying Friends in Low Places. It's one song. It's Highlander's whole point is that there can be only one. You have to choose.
We don't often keep to that.
We don't
though.
keep to that. No, it's
We don't
perfectly,
keep to that.
perfectly fine.
Nah, Outback.
Outback.
When I'm eating a steak in Outback, every song sucks inside out my. And they alternate between pop and country, which is kind of amazing.
No. I'm scared to read your comment, Sarah. Sarah out there says controversial take. Anything by Journey.
Ooh. That got the
The collective,
the whole bar is
room,
been
the whole
oohing.
bar,
The whole
gave
bar
you
is
the ooh.
oohing.
She's stirring it up.
That's you're stirring the pot out there, girl.
The whole bar is
Dangerous.
oohing. Yeah. Okay.
Wow. I thought Jim would agree.
Yeah, I would. No, I happen to know that he dislikes Sweet Caroline. I've seen him walk out of the room when it comes on.
Yeah,
Why? Because it's overplayed?
well, it's the Red Sox theme song. It's a
And he's a
and it's
Yankees
been
fan.
twisted into this dumbass thing. I sing along sometimes, but I'll switch the words like "Sweet Caroline, kiss my ass." and stuff like
Sorry, Mom. Chris Melvin out there says achy breaky heart.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's a good one. That's a good one.
Trying to think. I don't know if I have any songs that I just straight up.
Yeah, it's
don't.
hard to pick
I
one.
try to. Yeah.
It
try
is
to find
Wagon Wheel
something
for
good.
you,
It is
though.
Well,
Wagon
yeah,
Wheel.
I
It is
don't want to
Wagon Wheel.
derail the segment.
No, please.
But
We don't have rails. Go ahead, man.
I have to ask, after all your years playing covers in bars, like,
Yes.
is there just one that?
It is Wagon Wheel.
It's Wagon
There's-
Wheel.
That's the reason. If you ever come at open mic, we have two rules. Number one, which is a house rule, no F-bombs. So just in the niche, keep the F-bombs out. And then secondly, no Wagon Wheel. I can't do it. Anything by Alvin and the Chipmunks.
That's
says
a
Ted.
good one.
That's right.
That's a good one.
Real quick, there's Amber on the Amber cam. She's walking by. I wanted to make sure we got her there. Yeah, I got to say Wagon Wheel just because it's probably the most requested, most played when I started.
And
Not
you
so
won't
much
play it now, right? You
Yeah,
don't
not
play
so
it.
much now, but yeah, just.
So when I
can't do
came
it.
down here and was first playing with Maverick, and that was on the thing, and I said, "What's Wagon Wheel?" And he gave me a big hug because I'd never heard it.
Yeah, I was like, you're my best friend. Let's have a musical career together. And he's been my guitar player ever since.
But to add insult to injury,
Yes.
does it bother you because it's very effective? So, like, let's say you're having a night where it's not
No one's
happening with
paying
the audience.
attention, and you
Oh,
play
and
it.
rocks
play
and
it.
rolls.
And
Yeah.
when you get to when I die in Raleigh, if I die in Raleigh, I will die free, and everybody's they go nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I'm
you've been
just-
there. You
oh,
know,
I'm there every weekend, brother.
just the hits. Just
Jim
the
and I.
hits. Oh, just the hits, man. That's all they want to hear. That's right. Well, that will conclude Highlander. But if you've got any ideas for Highlander, feel free to go over to MaverickRoseMusic.com, put those in. But now it's time for.
What does Jim think?
We're going to delve into the diabolical mind of Jim.
I love watching
Spillers.
Adam's face
That's right.
during all this stuff.
Jim,
It's awesome.
Jim's going to take us here. Oh, Patty said
Write
Texas
me a
Hold'em.
decision
Yep.
yet, Adam?
Not at all. A blast. But you made those, right?
Of course, yeah.
That's why I'm really liking
I bought them on Fiverr. No, from myself.
It's AI.
Oh,
Maverick.
Patty says Texas Hold'em by Beyonce. Ouch. I will have you know the Cowboy Carter is an album of all time.
She just started her tour, too.
That's right. Okay, Jim, we're delving into your mind
All right,
as we probe the depths of your psyche.
This will be quick because we did the Hall of Fame.
That's what she said.
Our
hope
bands
not.
that we thought should be in that weren't. So just to
That was a slow burn. You got that one.
We never talk over each other
Sorry,
either.
Yeah, just to readdress that, they finally made all the picks, and Zevon was on my list and maybe yours too.
Yes, he was.
And
he was on my list.
he
as
is
well.
in the hall as a musical influencer. They
Mhm.
wouldn't bring him in as a musician,
Really?
but as a musical influencer. And they
Maybe
brought
one day.
in Nicky Hopkins and Carol Kay, which
It's about
kind
time.
of cool.
Yeah.
Hopkins played on over 250 albums, a lot of them you've heard of.
Amazing.
Carol Kay played bass on, they say, estimating like 10,000 songs, and a lot of those great songs from
Wow.
the 60s.
Can you imagine?
So, I mean, the Hall of Fame is mostly a pile of. We can. No, I don't want to swear anymore. So I'm trying to but
I saw Bad Company finally got in,
yeah, the list of
Yeah.
7. I forget who was on
which
it.
made me happy. Paul Rogers deserves his due, man. What
I
great
have a
vocalist.
fan vote,
Yeah.
and Fish far and away won it.
By a bunch.
So
yeah.
what does the fan vote mean?
Nothing.
Didn't had
Nothing,
any.
because the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is a sham. And Liam Gallagher, Oasis finally nominated this year, by the way. And Liam Gallagher said that if they won, he wouldn't be going. He said the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is for wankers.
No, it was
And I
their
have to agree.
second year in a row
The second
that they
year,
were
yeah. Well,
turned
well,
down.
yeah, of course.
Who
they were.
votes?
Yeah.
Oh, they don't know, right?
No, it's all behind closed doors.
So if they were like the band of the 90s, why aren't they getting any love?
Who, Oasis?
Yeah.
Because it's popular to hate them, man.
Yeah, but you've often said the only reason was because the 90s was such crap that when they came, they were like,
They were
you know,
like an oasis. We
just
were
above
wandering in
the
the desert.
crap,
We were
like,
wandering in a desert of grunge, and
just
they came
you-
to us with
yeah.
pure rock and roll, along with the Black Crows, and they gave us real rock and roll.
so
again.
they were like
Yes.
urine instead of crap kind of thing.
Sure, Jim. Sure.
What's the latest on the reunion? Did that
It's
fall apart?
happening.
It's
Yeah,
happening?
next
Oh,
next
okay.
month, I think, is their first show.
Doing
Yeah.
Wembley and all that.
But I'm concerned because as of yet, they have not even rehearsed with Liam. The band has gotten together, and then they're like, we're not bringing Liam into the last minute to minimize conflict. So we'll see.
And Maverick
Fingers
really
crossed.
tried to get
We're
tickets, too,
British
didn't
Jim and I have British Jim and I. Take a drink from the other hand.
That's
I don't
another,
know. It's a
yeah.
different kind of thing that's happening right now. We have an ongoing bet for how many shows they get through before they break up. So we'll see. And if a fight breaks out in the first show, I think it's like an extra 50 or something on the. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. All right. Patty Porter Lover says, take a shot every time Maverick says Oasis. Okay, man. Okay, I get it. I get it. I love the boys from Manchester. What do you want me to say?
This strike you as phony, like they can't get along.
No, it's
They're gonna make
legitimate.
millions of
They actually
dollars.
knocked teeth out. And I will tell you this. The reason that they finally broke up was because Liam smashed Noel's guitar right before they were going to go on stage. You don't touch a man's guitar. Just took it and broke it. And that was it. No, it's legit. The feud is real. They actually hate each
Sounds
other.
idiotic. I don't know.
They're brothers, man. Brothers always hate each other. Not always.
No.
Zen and I get along.
I
just
guess
fine.
all of this is better than their music, though.
Ouch. Okay. All right. Well, we'll come back to that a little bit later. What did you had something we were going to do tonight, Jim? What was that?
No.
Oh, okay.
Why?
Some kind of top 10 thing
Oh,
you
yeah,
wanted
yeah.
to talk about that made me really
10
mad at you.
favorite vocalists.
I've never been mad at you in my life, man, and this one hurt my feelings.
Why?
What do you mean?
I can't. The whole reason that I am involved in music is because I love vocalists, frontmen, lead singers. Those are the people that inspired me to get involved in music. And having to pick 10 of my favorites, the list was like 35, and that was like very like quick. And I was like, check.
It doesn't
cross
have to
through.
be frontman. It's
I
pure
know, it's
vocals. It can be
pure
the
vocal
drummer.
ability.
It
I
doesn't
know.
matter.
Yeah, I got you.
And yeah, it's impossible to pick 10, so
It's
I picked
tough,
like
man.
18.
Exactly. Well, since it was your idea,
Are you
go
guys
ahead and
gonna
give us
fight
finishers
over? Are you guys
first,
gonna
man.
fight over the number one again?
That's right.
And I always bitch over.
Marty says Sinatra should be 1 through 10 on everybody's list.
There's never like ladies on these lists, so I made sure I split it into my 5 favorite males, with apologies to Elvis, Roy, and Roger. See how I get in an extra 3?
My man is out here.
I think that was 8.
That's
Yeah.
it.
Now, like every list I make, like the songwriters last week, 1 and 2 is the same.
Look at us.
Just copying off your homework.
No, it's
yeah.
1 and 2.
1 and
Yeah.
2, yeah.
Yeah.
Lennon and McCartney. The
Yeah.
2 best writers in rock music are also the 2 best singers. Amazing. That's the Beatles. So I was with these 2 other guys in a band in New Hampshire, and the drummer's arguing with me about, he loves the Kinks. I love the Kinks. He's like saying the Beatles are the best, you know. Kinks are my 3rd favorite. And he was getting all whiny about it, and the other guy, Bill's, working on his guitar, ignoring us. And finally says, well, what do you think, Billy? And Bill doesn't even look up. There's the Beatles and there's everyone else. I said, thank you.
Yeah, man.
He's speaking your language.
The chat is popping off. British Jim says Freddie Mercury's number 1.
Oh.
Patty says Taylor Swift should be 1 through 10.
Yeah,
Sarah
Patty.
says Lou Graham. That's a foreigner.
Yeah.
Also.
Lou
Yeah,
Grant? That was a good show.
No, Lou Graham. man.
Oh, Graham.
Lou Graham.
Absolutely. Adam, you got what's your list
God,
looking
there's
like?
so many.
I know.
I'm just gonna rattle them off. They're not in
Yeah,
any
go ahead.
order.
Yeah.
Nobody take offense. Jeff Buckley,
Mm.
Stevie Wonder,
Mhm.
Prince,
Mm-hmm.
Michael Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I
Ted
guess
out there says Pavarotti.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we're talking about pop music, rock music,
Sure.
whatever
yeah.
you want.
Vocalists, yeah.
Because pretty much any opera singer is going to be,
Yeah, of
crushing
course.
people.
yeah.
But
But we're not asking objectively who's the best. We're asking who your favorites are.
I was trying to just
yeah.
name a few and see what Jim would do. Like, oh, come on, that one's crap.
Look, I'm going to tell you something, man. Like, I have spent my entire life thinking that I would be able to say something that was controversial that would get Jim to, and it deadpan, nothing. And then you'll say something that should be non-controversial, like, we should never put ketchup on filet of fish. And he's going to be like, I will kill you. Like, you never know with Jim. Like, I remember when British Jim came on. He's like, oh, I'm going to say this, and it's going to get Jim all riled up. No, it's nothing, man.
Okay.
You can't
He
intentionally.
keeps you guessing.
That's
He
right.
keeps you guessing.
Yeah. Greatest hits albums does get
Greatest
the-
hits on
Greatest-
who? Oh, hits.
There's that
Sorry,
damn
Mom.
plosive again.
I got a list for that. All right.
Chris Melvin says Ronnie Dunn, Eric Church, Michael Jackson, Prince, Elton John, Sparrow hitting us with the Bruce Dickinson. Yeah.
Ah, yeah.
Boston
Hey,
Bill
Sparrow.
with Elton, Sparrow, Dave Minichetti. Yeah.
Wait a minute. Is Boston Bill here? Wasn't he?
He's
Yeah, he
somewhere.
walked
He's
in.
creeped us on.
He's
All right.
behind the lights.
Creeped through.
So, all right, let me finish my list.
Bob Seger. Sorry.
Number 3, Mike Smith.
Yes.
Anyone? Mike Smith? All right.
Dang, you
No.
even stumped Adam on that one.
He's the singer for the Dave Clark 5, the keyboard player.
Oh.
He's a lot like Lennon McCartney. He could do the screamers and he could do the sweet ones like Because too. And that's the deal with Lennon and McCartney. They could sing the beautiful ballads and they could do the rockers. And they did not use a trace of vibrato. They just sang straight and pure.
Mm-hmm.
Gary Brooker of Procol Harum. Another very easygoing singer, almost a little bit of a bluesy feel, but just a pure singer.
Yep.
And then I had Eric Burton Cummins, just beat out Eric Burden for the 5th spot. So I squeezed 9 into my.
Yeah.
Okay.
And top female vocalists, I got to say my favorite is Linda Ronstadt.
Okay.
She could just rock and be smooth. And the dulcet tones of Karen Carpenter, I
Yeah.
got second. Ronnie Spector, I love that achy, sexy kind of girl group sound, and Ronnie Spector had it. She just beat out Mary Weiss of the Shangri-Las, just because of sheer volume. And then I threw in, the Screamer Janice, who was really good.
Yeah.
And I
Janis
got to
Joplin.
give props to Aretha.
Now you're at number
Yep.
6.
That's 5. With
He
apologies.
knew you weren't gonna have a list, so he's like, I'm gonna take mine and Darcy's.
I mean,
like, I'm
I
just
can
gonna-
throw some. I mean,
Apologies to Leslie Gore, Grace Slick, and Roberta Flack.
Apology.
well, and I think for women, and
Honorable
you
mention.
may not know this, or you might disagree. Winona, she's country, but she's
Sure.
got a voice, man.
Yeah.
She's got a voice.
Definitely. Sparrow, Sebastian Bach, pre-2000s. Sammy Hagar. Yeah. Great vocals. So for me,
I hate to think that some of them on Maverick's list are going to be on my most hated vocalists. But go
but it
ahead,
is.
my
That's
friend.
gonna. That's exactly what's gonna. Once again, I kind of wonder sometimes how we, how it is that
Oh,
we
yeah,
get
we
along
get
so well.
Yin and
because
yang.
we-
Yin and yang.
But number 1 for me is gonna be Morrissey. Kind of a
All right,
given.
no, it's all right.
Number 2, Robert Plant.
Yeah.
Number 3, Steven Tyler. Number 4, Axl Rose. Number 5, maybe controversial, but I gotta give him his flowers. Justin Hawkins, man.
Yes.
His falsetto is just
Who?
From the Darkness.
Oh, all right.
Justin Hawkins, yeah. Also, the most successful music podcast. We're coming for you, man. We're gonna try to get there. Most successful music podcast on YouTube. So, but yeah, from the Darkness. Dolores O'Riordan from the Cranberries, brilliant. Joni Mitchell, huge. What do you?
I don't like
Pretty-
that caterwauling, but that's all right.
Okay, all right.
I
That
like
is
her.
what it is. Yeah.
No, I'm going to get it now.
Oh wait, Zen hitting us off with Brendan Urie, Haley Williams, Ed Sheeran, James Hetfield, Michael Jackson, Sinatra, Billy Joel, Austin Carlisle, and Maverick Rose. My man. Okay.
Aw.
All right. Michael McDonald says.
He's
British
great.
Jim.
Stevie
Yep.
Nicks.
Yeah.
Another great
Can I put Adam Pitts on my list?
Yes.
Yeah, because I want to talk about this. So we haven't really talked, and we'll get there in a second because Adam's going to be so kind to play for us. We're going to talk a little bit about his story and getting into the music aspect. But I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for him. He's the first person that I ever met that was a professional musician that wasn't on MTV, basically. And so biggest inspiration. He's responsible. So
How
Mom,
long ago? How long
Mom,
did you guys
he's
meet?
responsible for.
Been 2005,
Yeah.
maybe?
Yep.
2006.
Yeah, about 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how'd you meet?
He was my friend's roommate.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And I came home one night, and those two were writing a song, and
Yeah.
I was like, "Well, this is cool."
Yeah.
Because I mean, the friend that I lived with, he
Yeah.
wasn't a musician.
No.
But they were just
and
sitting
neither
down
was
having
I
like
really, but I thought I was.
it was so, I don't want to say cute, but it was like, it was so like
Pure.
pure and touching. Like they're like, they love music so much. Like they're just like, let's write a song tonight. And
Yeah.
they had a notepad.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I came in
Oh,
to
wow.
the gig.
Yeah, it
the
was
gig,
cool.
and I was like, what you guys doing?
It's very, yeah, it was very cool.
Aren't you guys cute?
yeah, yeah.
But it was
So-
cool. Yeah.
So from that,
Did you
let's-
finish it? Was that it?
I've got like 20 more, but
Oh,
I'm
go
not
ahead.
I'm not gonna. No,
No,
I'm not
rattle
gonna. I'm
off
not
a
gonna
few.
do the whole. I'm not gonna do the whole 20 because it's gonna be. You're gonna get like Jim Morrison. You're gonna get everything that you would expect from me. So I'm not. And in fact, I even made a separate list just of 90s vocalists that deserve their props. Even though I'm not the biggest 90s fan, but people need to talk about the fact that Billy Corgan,
Yep.
insane vocals. You know, Lane Staley. Why do people not talk about Eddie Vedder enough? Eddie Vedder, fantastic
Scott
vocals.
Weiland.
Scott Weiland. Yeah, exactly.
Lower
Yep.
voice.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, Zen says Adam is the GOAT. I still have my T-shirt from the Poorhouse show.
Aw,
My man.
love
yeah.
ya.
Yeah, man.
Chris Cornell.
Yeah, Chris Cornell. Exactly. This is what I'm saying. Like, so it's really hard. I had a very difficult time.
I wouldn't know him if he didn't do the James Bond movie.
Yeah. And then I'm even going to say, like, Bono is going to be probably somewhere in the list. And
So
Colin Hay.
this might sound like pandering, but
Yeah.
I've played with Maverick Rose for, 3 years now. He's got a really good, pure voice when he doesn't jackass around doing Axl Rose and stuff like that. But when he just sings with his real voice, it's good. And I didn't hear as much as I wanted, but I checked out our friend here, Adam, and he's got that kind of pure voice. There's one song. What's the title?
Oh, interesting.
Jim does his research.
Did his homework. Look out.
People of the Lie, where
Oh.
you sing in a normal voice, then you do like a rock voice,
Yeah.
and then you do a falsetto thing.
That's the
all in
Beatles.
one
He's
song.
got it all.
That's the
Yeah.
Yep.
Beatles. That's
He's
the
got it all.
Beatles influence.
And I'm gonna need to hear Diane Daly.
Oh.
Hopefully.
Because as I have told, I've told people
That's
for
so
many a
Beatles-ish.
year, that is the best song, probably the best song that's ever been written. And I say that not because you're here. I tell that to people all the time. And it's a shame that more people in the world have not heard the song Diane Daly because it is at least in the top 5, probably one of the greatest songs, if not the greatest song ever written. So
I say Gemini to that.
we'll talk. Hey, he said we got to get a drink.
There you go.
Out there,
Well-
Gemini.
All right. So tell us a little bit about your backstory, Adam. How you got started, what music is like for you, what you've got going on, projects.
Yeah.
Just open up your whole world to us. So
Yeah.
we've talked about you quite a bit on the podcast before.
Well, that's what I want to know. What
Yeah.
did you say? I was-
Just that you're responsible. That I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you. So we'll
Okay.
talk about that. Yeah.
Or I just pay my bills on time. You know,
No, all good things.
That
man,
guy.
that people should check you out.
Never
now I
late
will say
payment.
this: you did step into my territory a little bit recently with your Van Halen.
I did.
For the great cover.
Yeah,
up.
I was asked to do this Van Halen tribute.
Hurt my
for
feelings. You have better outfits
One
than I
night
did.
only.
That man spent some money on
Yeah.
that one.
How could I say no for
Of
one night
course.
only?
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
So we did do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm originally from the western part of North Carolina. My dad writes songs. He's recorded music since I was a little man. I was around his feet when he was down there in the basement with the reel-to-reel, like just writing his melancholy music, and I absorbed it all. And he loved the Beatles. Introduced me to it, and it just caught me like at maybe 12, 13. I put on Dear Prudence on my Sega CD. With some crappy speakers and went to sleep to it. And I mean, really, it was literally from that point on, like, I just was hooked. Picked
Yeah.
up the guitar, taught myself. He showed me a thing or two, but I think he didn't really want me to learn how to play because he knows the pain of the journey.
Don't want that
so
musician's life. Yeah.
at the same time, we really connect on that. That's like our football. So
Yeah.
that's where it all began. Formed bands in high school. The Pseudo Cowboys, the band that I'm in, was actually a fake band that me and my friends would claim we were in,
Yes.
walking around the hall in between classes and go up to girls and
great.
like, we're in a band, right? And I wrote a song about you. It's called Phantom Girl, and I had like this fake CD with like,
Nice.
so dang it, I should have brought it.
Yeah, yeah.
Anyway, so Pseudo Cowboys started out in jest and eventually became a real thing because the whole thing's about just cajoling.
A little
and-
tongue in cheek.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Absolutely. Don't take yourself too seriously.
Yeah. I mean, spent many years playing cover songs to make a living in bars and things like that, and realized that, you know what, this isn't the path. I got to get back to like creating my things.
Yes.
So
You can only
Pseudo
play other
Cowboys,
people's
I've just been
music
trying
so
to
much.
lean into it. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yep.
I mean, they're gonna want to hear Wagon Wheel and Sweet Caroline and Sweet Home Alabama, and they don't want to hear your songs. So
That's true.
I'm pleased to be here today talking about myself.
And we're going to
Pseudo
get to hear a
Cowboys.
couple of your songs.
Yeah.
You've been so kind to say that you'll play for us, so we'll get some originals from you. But we'll talk a little bit more. So, what is the most memorable gig? I won't say the best. What is the gig that you remember the most? Like, what performance do you
Yeah.
just?
Well, I've been dying to talk to you about this,
Yeah,
the man
yeah.
with the darkness shirt on. So during the pandemic, if you're
Yeah.
a fan of the darkness, I'm glad to call Justin Hawkins a friend.
That's so cool.
During the pandemic, he started a Patreon. I joined his Patreon. The Pseudo Cowboys has a Patreon, and we got to talking on about singing because I was asking for some advice. You know, 'cause he's a great singer, and he's one of my favorites.
Yep.
And very quickly, he was just like, "Hey, you want to do some live streams together?" Just like, and I think you watched at least the first
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
He's like, "Let's do a Beatles night."
Crazy, bro.
And
I was like, my worlds are colliding. What's happening right now?
yeah. So the fast story is we did all these live streams, and eventually he put together an event, a private event in his hometown, and asked me to come and play. And we got to do a New Year's Eve gig together in front of like a very intimate audience of like darkness, rock and roll lovers. It was insane. I mean, I ended the set with Bohemian Rhapsody because I knew he could sing it.
Yeah.
It was in a little pub in Lowestoft where he's from.
Yeah.
There was a picture of Freddie Mercury on the opposite wall, and I'm just like, I
Insane.
cannot believe this is happening.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
played the piano, he sang.
And
That
I
is
just-
without a doubt the most memorable.
I want to
gig
say,
I've
I
ever
think
had.
Justin is, too, just really quick. Not only is he like a great human being, everything I've seen about him and stuff, but also I think he's a once in a generation kind of frontman and singer that they don't build those anymore.
Yeah.
And so it's I think he's very underrated. So
Yeah.
go check out The Darkness. Check out his stuff.
New album,
Yep.
check it out. Check
Yep.
out any
The
album. They're all
Dreams
good.
on Toast, but yeah, all the albums are good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so what is the worst performance?
There's so many.
Oh no! Oh
So
no!
many. One that comes to mind was when I was in one of my earlier bands. We were called Eros, and we got hired to do like a Relay for Life thing, you know,
Yeah.
where they like do the walking to raise money and all
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
And
yeah.
That's wonderful and everything.
Yeah.
But some group that was like a prominent beach group. I'm not going to call out the name because I don't remember it actually. But they wouldn't get off the field, and we were supposed to load all our stuff onto the stage after they moved everything. Well, they had like tractor trailers of stuff, so we just
Yeah.
kept sitting on the sidelines for hours waiting. Then we finally get cleared. We start to carry our gear onto the field, and they go, "No, you can't walk on the grass." They're like, "You got to walk on these pieces of plywood." We're
Oh
like,
my God.
we're just like 20, 21 years old. We're like, okay, so we don't have any help.
Yeah.
We start laying down plywood, a plywood pathway to the stage.
Oh my gosh.
Start carrying the stuff out there. It starts to rain.
Oh, I knew that was coming.
Yeah. We're like, well, let's carry it back. So we start carrying it back to the dugout or wherever we had this stuff because it was at a baseball stadium in my hometown. Stops raining. We go back out there. Turns out the lights in the stadium are on a timer. So it was probably like 2 a.m. and the lights go out once we finally set up.
Oh no.
So some poor guy that's like the
Oh, no.
manager, the late night manager, everybody's still walking with like candles and things around the bases. While we're trying to figure out how are we going to play, because we just like in our minds we imagine this is our first gig in a baseball stadium.
Yeah.
We're playing a stadium.
Worst thing ever. So the guy goes and he gets some of those, construction lights, that sit on like the bars
Uh-huh.
and kick back like that. So we had like one on each side of the stage. We get it going. Everything's tested. Starts to rain again.
Oh
We're
my
like, we're not doing this.
Yeah.
So all that. I mean, it was like a 3-hour ordeal.
Wow.
It was not good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
And that's musicians, please, if you're in a band, like just proper etiquette. Like no matter how important you think you are, if there's somebody coming on after you, like just be mindful of their time because you would want the same. I've also experienced similar situations where, like, if you're on a festival ticket and there's like a bunch of bands and you've got that one band that just they play right up, they're like, we get to go up to the very last minute. They're like, do one more. And they're like, okay, yeah, we'll do one more. And they're like, okay, now we're gonna bow. It's like it's a festival, guys. Like, come on, like we got load out, load in, like it's a whole thing. So
but it's not the most glamorous all the time.
No,
but you do
but
it for
when
that
it's
one
good,
moment.
that's right. That's right. When
so
it's good, it's the best.
Everything clicks, and it's
exactly right.
It's a religious experience.
Yeah.
But I've got too many experiences like that to name. I mean, particularly when you're starting out and you say yes to everything. You know, because you don't know.
Yeah.
One time we got asked to play in the mall because I think some of the ladies that worked in whatever department store it was had the hots for us, coming out to see us.
Nice. Okay.
We're like, cool.
Good problems.
They set us up in the either the bathing suit section or the women's underwear, but anyway, it was something like that. We cleared out some stuff. I don't know why they had this idea. I think it was like a back to school weekend or something. And so we get set up, and we were like a 90s influence, 70s influence, loud band, which we still are.
Yeah.
And so we're like rocking out in the swimsuit section. There were old ladies going down the escalator.
Oh my gosh.
I actually turned her thumb down.
Oh wow.
While she's slowly going down the thing. So it was just painful to watch her go.
Oh my god.
He was like, how do you behave when you're watching? Do you like, you want to go in your face, old lady?
That's right. That's right.
Or do you kind of like champ it down a little bit?
Yeah.
You should turn it down, guys.
So I guess no one was throwing the underwear at you, huh?
No, we were pretty much isolated, and no one was shopping or trying anything on around us. And
Oh, Patty says not the women's undies. Yeah.
it could have been great.
Yeah.
It could have
There
been
was
really
potential.
great.
The potential was there.
That's-
Do you have any advice for new artists that are coming in? So what do you wish somebody had told you 20 plus years ago, like
man.
coming in?
Be free to create whatever the heck you want to create, because every trend, if you play long enough, every trend is going to go by so incredibly fast. There's no reason to try to hang on to anything, to latch on to any kind of like moment. Just be yourself. All your influences that come together, like let that amalgamation. That's what created all the great artists that I love. Like they just took everything into their processor and spit out the things. So like the Beatles, it was a lot of really great R&B and rock and all that, and then of course later on they evolved into so much stuff. Everybody's like that. It's like the inputs are multitudinous, and then what they spit out was like this gorgeous thing. So like, don't try to adhere to any trend to get attention. Just like create from the heart.
Be you.
Now that's not like great business advice.
No.
I'm just saying as an artist.
As an artist, that's what you got.
It is in a way,
You gotta feed your heart.
because a lot of people don't know what they want to hear until they hear it. So.
Yeah, so to thine own self be true, I suppose. Yeah. Okay, well, I would love to have you perform a couple songs for us here now, if that's cool for you. Let me. I'll get you set up. In the meantime, your website, your social medias, you want to shout all that stuff out for us? Zen will put them in the chat as well. So.
Okay, yeah, let's do all the Pseudo Cowboys stuff. One way you can really support the Pseudo Cowboys and all my creative stuff is to join our Patreon.
That's right.
You're a member of the Patreon, so you can attest to the kinds of things we share there. It's better than social media.
Your recent trip that you were on,
I was in Finland. I shared about how I was working on music in Finland because I had some downtime over there, but I was still being productive. So it's like, what would you say? Would it be somewhere between a Substack and a OnlyFans? Like,
basically, yeah. It's a direct insight into the music, and then sometimes it is the music. You put the whole performance from the Van Halen, the great cover-up stuff. There's all kinds of sketches of the tracks. You do the stuff in the bathroom there, which that's a little bit of the OnlyFans aspect of it. Yeah.
There's only like 10% nudity.
That's right.
Just to keep that balance, keep the intrigue going.
Yeah.
Are you muted?
Yeah, you are good, my friend. You are good.
But anyway, it's patreon.com/thepseudocowboys.
And Sinbad just put that in the chat. So if you're on YouTube, you can just click directly in the chat there. If you are listening online, you can go over to patreon.com/thepseudocowboys.
Obviously, you can follow on the Instagram and all that at the Pseudo Cowboys and YouTube and things like that. But if you want the real like connected experience, if you want to really get to know us, that's the way to do it. And it's you can subscribe for free if you like.
So really quick, the first song that you're gonna play for us, what are you gonna?
I'm gonna play one that I think my man is gonna appreciate here because like I was talking about, like the Beatles. There's so many tributaries to their music, and a lot of it is like the 50s stuff that they covered that informed what they became. So when they were really young, they would be playing on the BBC and playing like all these like 50s rock songs. They have a sort of similar structure to them. I'm like, I want to write one of those songs, just fun, like, you know, sped up blues chords progression like that.
Right.
And I came up with this one called Little Miss Hot Mess.
Yes.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Well, my baby ain't got time to suffer fools. She got a fire burning up inside, but she tries to keep it cool. She's a hot mess. My Lord, she put you to the test. But I give my best for my little Miss Hot Mess. She don't ever know just what she gonna wear. Be 10 minutes late for work, hey, hey, still fooling with that hair. But Big Boss could care less, 'cause when she rolls her burning treads, she's dressed to impress my little Miss Hot Mess. It goes 1, 2, 3 into the end. I just love to see my baby dance. She like to rock, she like to roll, and I, brother, oh my soul, I swear, it's more than a man can bear. So I get no rest with the little Miss Hot Mess. Let's get it go now. Don't get me wrong, I ain't in the least complaining. Her little mysteries just transfix me. That's really all I'm explaining. It keeps me on my toes, like every fella out there knows. Life's good as it gets with a little Miss Hot Mess. It goes 1, 2, 3 into the end. I just live to see my baby dance. She like to move, she like to swing. Everybody wanna see you shake that thing. Oh yeah, I hold on tight as I can. But I don't sweat, 'cause she's a lovely little hot mess. Oh now, my little Miss Hot Mess, my little Miss Hot Mess, my little Miss Hot Mess, my little Miss Hot Mess. Oh yeah, she my sweet little baby child.
Adam Pitts, y'all. Come on.
That was fun.
Thanks,
is
y'all.
fun.
Thanks.
That's got a nice vibe, man. That one's actually on my pre-show playlist. So if you've been to one of my shows, you might have heard that one before. So that's right. People singing along out there. I know what's good. What else you got for us, man? You can play a couple more?
Okay, I'm going to switch it up on you.
All right. We like that.
As I talked about Prince.
Oh, I know where we're going with this.
Now, yeah, do you know?
Maybe.
Okay. All right. So, well, that last one is obviously about my very intelligent.
By the way, how
hard
much
to
Prince did you put into your David Lee Roth? Because I saw in that performance, there's a little bit of
There's
Prince,
a little
in there,
bit of
a little bit of
Prince.
Michael in there, a little bit of yeah,
moonwalking.
Yeah, I was like, okay.
You know,
Obviously, as someone who portrays David
Yeah.
Lee Roth, I was like, okay. Oh, I need to do. Oh, wait. Like, yeah.
it was the whole roster of dance moves that I
Sure,
used at a
sure.
wedding that just came out in me trying to be David Lee Roth.
Yeah, yeah,
And that was
that's
pretty
good.
much it.
That works.
I didn't think anything would be off limits because
No,
you know,
no.
it's David Lee Roth.
Exactly right.
But anyway, I was talking about my wife.
Prince.
Right.
Oh, yeah,
Right. So, my wife, she put herself through school, and in doing so did what most people do. They work retail jobs and restaurant jobs, and I'd have to hear about her coming home and not really necessarily being straight up sexually harassed by somebody, but it was the manager who, you know, would make some too forward comments and stuff like that. You know, just maybe a little too much, and it was irritating. And I thought about it like, I can't really do anything about it, but you know, I'll write a song about it in the form of Prince being angry. So I just had this idea. So this goes out to all the low-level managers that abuse their authority.
Oh, my.
There's many.
It's called Gangsta. You are the master of your own destiny. You are the creme de la creme. Your swagger's on a level so out of reach. Most people can't comprehend. All of the girls say hallelujah when you step onto the scene. Well, not for real, but you're like, what's it to you? Become a dancing machine. Let's go! You're such a gangster, no doubt about it. You're such a gangster. I'm getting loud about it, getting loud. You want to touch all your female employees. Sometimes you sniff their hair. Ooh. Standing too close in the overstock room here. Said you just need silverware. Yeah, you did. All of the boys be jealous of you. Yeah, you're the talk of the town. Well, not the real, but anyway, it don't slow you. 'Cause you're up in here to get down. Get down. You're such a gangster, no doubt about it. You're such a gangster. I'm getting loud about it, getting loud. Heard it through the grapevine. You were sniffing white lines, sleeping round on your wife while she was carrying your child. Someone needs to check you and nullify the dreck you call your sorry excuse. Knock off high rolling lifestyle, yeah. I gotta ask, how low can you go? Man, that's pretty low. How low can you go now? I'd say that's pretty low, yeah. How low can you go? 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 Get low, down low, so low, real low, so low, so low, so low. You're such a gangster, no doubt about it. You're such a gangster. I'm getting loud about it, getting loud. Back up off on my girl now. Oh, keep your hands to yourself.
All right.
Yeah.
Do that with your band?
Yes, yeah.
That would sound kick-ass with the full band.
Yeah,
I mean,
it was like,
sounds
I can hear the whole
kick-ass
band
anyway.
behind it. Like, it's nice, man. That's
Yeah,
right.
baby.
That's it.
Yeah. So with the group, everybody plays multiple instruments in the Pseudo Cowboys, and we kind of have this way of going between analog and digital. So the drummer will have a drum pad and the kit, and so in the chorus he gets like into the kit, but in the you are the master, he's like playing like the digitals, like Prince's drummers would do.
Yeah, yeah.
And everybody's switching back and forth between keys and stringed instruments. So it's a pretty cool song. Pretty
Yeah,
cool.
man. Very cool.
Yeah.
And make sure you check out the Pseudo Cowboys over on Spotify as well.
That's
and
right.
Other places where you stream music, so check them out. Yeah.
Gangsta is up there. That's the name of that song on an EP called New Way to Funk,
Yep.
which was just unabashedly Prince influence because I had those songs, you know?
Yeah, nice guy on there, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you got one more for us, yeah?
Yeah, I'm gonna do a new song for you.
Marty's stepping over. What we got, Marty?
I just want to share that, Maverick, I understand the influence now. Adam, thank you for being here, and thank you for finding this poor guy on the couch writing this song one
Whatever
day.
enjoyment that you've gotten from me, it's directly.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I copied his homework, man.
That's great stuff.
It all makes sense now.
All right, it's just gonna have to do.
And just to let everybody know, it is the Maverick Rose Music Hour. I realize we're a little bit over an hour right now. We're going to keep things rolling. And Adam has been so kind to say that he will stay for us for the jam for the second hour. So we will end this podcast pretty soon here, and then we'll roll back for another hour of music. Everybody here in the bar, please stay because we'll have live performance for you. But anyway, yeah, your next song.
I thought of something that maybe you guys could sing along with. Maybe.
Okay.
It's got a simple sing-along gang vocal where you just go, "We
like
were
simple.
born to rock. We were born to rock.
Yeah.
We were born to rock."
Jim can definitely do that.
Can you do that?
Can try.
We were born to rock. Yeah, we got you, man.
So,
We get the whole bar to do too.
yeah, if you guys feel it, all you got to do is say, "We were born to rock" 3 times in a row when I look at you, and
That's it.
you'll catch on to it.
All right.
This is about the post-pandemic re-emergence of interest in rock and roll music by the younger generation. I love it, but I'm also very tickled by seeing the performative aspect of it. You know,
Yeah.
everybody looks the same.
That's right.
They're borrowing all the same look from the '70s stuff. It's great,
Yep.
but it is kind of funny being a man of more advanced age seeing this. So it's called cosplay rock.
Yeah.
Jesse and Jenny hit the city on a Saturday night. Ooh, pedal to the metal, zipping fast like an eagle in flight. Just hit the gin, I can't believe they're in town. We gotta get up on this, trying to beat the crowd. Now see them ripping in the parking lot, laughing with the windows down. The best times of our lives are now. The best times of our lives are now. Move out of the way, we've come to shout and see. Now this is the part that everybody does together. You just gotta say, "We were born to rock" 3 times.
right.
1, 2, 3, 4. We were born to rock. We were born to rock. We were born to rock. To rock and to roll. We were born to rock. We were born to rock. We were born to rock. Cosplay rock. We were born to rock. We were born to rock. We were born to rock. To rock and to roll. We were born to rock. We were born to rock. We were born to rock. Cosplay rock. Lights down, hands up now, 'cause they're taking the stage. We're talking analog fun in the glitched out digital age. It's the rage. We hear the singer's been single since they moved in July. He writes these songs himself, he don't need no AI. No lie, what would daddy say if I brought home this kind of guy? The best times of our lives are now. The best times of our lives are now. Washed up musicians in the corner all grouse and pout and see. Seeing the pretty boys sing. We were born to rock. We were born to rock. We were born to rock. To rock and to roll. We were born to rock. We were born to rock. We were born to rock. Cosplay rock. We were born to rock. We were born to rock. We were born to rock. To rock and to roll. Cosplay rock. Let's see if we can meet them at the merch stand. It'd be neat if we could help and be ambassadors for your brand. We don't wanna go yet. We don't wanna go yet. Cretaceous conversations have us buzzing and making plans to get some food with the band after we help load up the van. It's maple syrup and jam and time and jam, jam. When you start playing music in your 20s, there's the show, there's the meeting the fans part, and then there's the thing that comes afterward. Now, I see that look in your eyes because I know you know what I'm talking about. Waffle House. Waffle House pit stop, 2 a.m. The line cook does a double take when we walk in. Bare chest, open vest, drawing many a stare. As they observe our post-pandemic long hair, but above all else they can tell we rock. We rock. We rock. Rock. Rock party of 6, your table's now available. Now there's sugar and cinnamon flowing through our veins. Next week can come around, we gonna do it just the same. Oh, rock and roll, we were born to rock. We were born to rock. We were born to rock. Cosplay rock. We were born to rock. We were born to rock. We were born to rock. To rock and roll, yeah. Oh, cosplay rock. Cosplay rock. Cosplay rock. Oh, Jesse and Jenny in the city on a Saturday. Jesse and Jenny in the city on a Saturday. Jesse and Jenny in the city on a Saturday night. Nice job, y'all.
Adam Pitts, y'all.
Pancakes and jam.
That's right.
All right.
All right. So, thank you so much, my friend, for that. We're gonna end the podcast here shortly. So just make sure that you go over to MaverickRoseMusic.com. You can check out everything that we've got going on, all the socials. Darcy works really hard putting together our social media content. Follow the Maverick Rose Music Hour everywhere. Tomorrow night we will be out in Fenton in Cary receiving the Maggie Award.
The Maggie Awards. We will
Podcast
have
of the year.
lots of content from
So
there.
thankful for
Be a
all of you
beautiful
for
night.
being here. Thank you to everybody. Thank you to Adam for coming on the show and for being such a big influence. Hang around. We'll close the podcast and then we'll come back for a live performance for a little bit here. So everybody here at the bar, please stay. We are at Niche Wine Lounge in beautiful Holly Springs, North Carolina. Andy is taking care of us, pouring all types of delicious beverages. It's basically Ted's house. He's welcomed us into the house here, so we want to thank him for that. I do have to do one thing before we go, and this week it's going to be very quick, but we're going to do Gallagher's Gems here. Sorry, there we go. Maybe. That's enough. All right, so we've been talking about things that Noel have said for a while here, and really quick, I'm just going to do a quote from Liam, and we're going to call it a podcast. We're going to head on out with some pancakes from Kurt Turner. Not Cake Turner, Kurt Turner. But I will say this really quick. Liam said, "They say rock and roll's dead. While I'm breathing, it's alive."
Oh, thank you, Liam. God bless you.
I actually said, "While I'm effing breathing, it's alive." But yeah, Liam Gallagher said, as long as he's breathing, rock's alive. And I feel the same way, because if you carry the rock in here, it'll never die. So we'll be back in just a few minutes. Don't go anywhere. You can tune right back in here at the same place, and we'll have a live performance for you. All kinds of covers, originals, all kinds of fun stuff. You here in the bar, stay along for Niche Live on a beautiful Wednesday night. But thank you all, and we will catch you. We will catch you next week. Same
you, Adam.
bat channel, same place. So y'all stay fresh, cheese bags. All right.